Hello friends, and welcome back to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are working on our sampler sew along, which is actually not a Fat Quarter Shop sew sampler. It is their spooky box. This little quilt has taken me a little bit longer than I have anticipated. It is the pumpkin sitting that we are working on. This here, what I'm doing today is getting my smaller 2-piece squares in order to make the large pumpkin. So I've already got all of my half square triangles trimmed. Y'all saw that already. So now what I'm doing is my corners. In our corners, we have a half square triangle with a solid piece. We're making 7 of these pumpkins, so I need to make a total of 14 for each half square triangle. And what I'm talking about is how it's positioned. This one here is going to be positioned this direction with a solid on this side, like this, like so. I've already done the ones that are positioned like this with the solid here. So now what I'm doing, I'm just trying to get these done so we can start piecing these pumpkins together and get this done before our jolly box comes out. So friends, I'm still doing this. I have my 14, well, I've already done a couple of them, but I have my 14 half square triangles counted out, and for some reason I have more than I needed, and I think that was the design of it, but it throws me for a loop to have more than I need. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking my solid fabric, laying flat down here, and then flipping it so I'm not starting on a seam. And that seems to be working pretty well. And we are just going to be getting this done. So guys, welcome to our Sampler Sunday. We are getting this done. Slowly but surely it is getting done. And guys, I am going to tell you this will be a quilt top that I'm hoping to have done before my destash, because this will be one that is included in the destash. I will not have it quilted, so you can pick your own backing if you want to. And you can have it backed and bound however you want. Now today I did go pick up my quilts from the long armor. And I am going to have to start binding my own quilts again. Boy, I could not believe it when they told me how much it was. I was like, what? But, you know, I mean, that is what you pay for the convenience of not doing it yourself. And they did a fabulous job. I am never going to complain about the job they did. Both of the quilts are so beautiful. It was the Star Watch quilt that I did. That was my son's quilt, or is my son's quilt. And, let's see, what was the other? The other one was the Love Cats. Now, the Love Cats, that one will be included in my destash. Not that I don't like it. I just don't have room for all these quilts that I'm making. And I don't mind. I just really want my money back out of them. That's all I want. So, anticipate a price for a quilted or a finished quilt to include the cost of the fabric, the batting, the backing, the long arming, and the binding. I don't like people being surprised when they go to purchase a quilt, because a lot of people do not realize, well, most of us are in the quilting community, and we know that quilts cost to make. They are very expensive to make. And I just want everyone to please anticipate it to be what that costs. because I would have to charge the same thing even if I was doing my own binding, because that costs. That's an added cost. Even though I do try to destash as much as I possibly can, or I do try to smash the stash, not destash, smash the stash as much as I can on everything. But at one point that costs money, so, and like I said, I'm just trying to make my money back. I'm not trying to make money on these. I just want to make my money back. So if you know anyone that might be interested in a quilt top or a completed quilt. Now, most of my quilts that I do are lap size. Some of them will already be washed. Some of them will not be washed. And the ones that are washed are normally the ones that I take and hang up in my living area, just because I just wash them before, if I'm going to sell them, they will be washed. So they're not going to look all crisp and, unused. They are technically not used, but they will be washed. Now, the quilt tops will not be washed, because if you get backing, and I want it when you wash your backing and all that together, that they all have the same shrinkage. Okay, so here is our second set of 14 half square triangles with solid units. I don't know, corner pieces. These are the corner pieces. So now what we have to do, I'm not even looking, I don't even think there's sewing instructions on this, but the next part that we're going to do, we have 2 solids that we sew together. So we're going to have 2 per pumpkin, which is going to total 14. So let me pull out 14. I normally pull them out 2 at a time. Okay, so here are my 14 pieces. I hope I have 14 more over there. But what we're going to do is I just get 2 different fabrics, put them together. So this is going to be our side set on the middle row. The middle row starts with 2 squares, one on top of the other. So here is one. And then on the other end of it, it's the 2 squares. And how I'm doing these, I am just sewing them together. No rhyme or reason, no one in particular on top or bottom. I'm just sewing them. I do not care if I have duplicated fabrics side by side, just as long as, like, these 2 pieces are not duplicated. So I am making 14 of these, just like everything, just like the corner pieces. But the funny thing about this is I'm going to have to figure out how I'm pressing it all. Because that will affect how I'm able to put my pumpkins together. But it really won't hurt, because like I said, I know how to put a pin in a seam and hold it together like that. But if you want everything to match up. So guys, I was telling you, I have my granddaughter with me this weekend. I thought I was going to be able to get enough videos out. I was not. I did not get it done. So she's napping right now. We went to, my daughter is working pretty nearby. So in the town of Rayville, Louisiana, there is a place called Holy Tacos. And they have street tacos. Y'all know I like street tacos. Well, y'all may not know, I love street tacos. I used to not have the obsession over street tacos until I went to Mexico and had real street tacos. Oh my goodness. I love street tacos. And with street tacos, it's all about the cilantro, the lime, and the onions. So always make sure you got plenty of cilantro, lime, and onions. But I got just the plain taco today, and they cook their own taco shells. But they were delicious. My husband, I always get him the one that's got the hot stuff in it. Because I know he likes the hot stuff. And I think that actually had jalapenos on top of it. And I was telling him the other night, I miss my seasoned foods, like spicy foods. And it's just, I can't eat them. I just can't handle them anymore, because once I had the big C, that messed my taste and all up. And I don't know if y'all experienced this. Let me know, because I would like to know that I'm not the only one that is experiencing this. But I still cannot taste or smell coconut. And that's the only thing that I know I can't taste or smell. And the only reason I know that is because one day my sister-in-law, and I, all three, went to another town. We wanted to, I don't remember what we did that day. But we were all three together, and we went and ate at a little fish place that has been there probably my whole life. And then they got coconut pie, and I'm like, I don't really want coconut pie. And they were just like, oh, this is delicious. It smells so good. And I'm like, I can't smell it. So then they're like, taste it. And I'm like, I can't taste. So I tasted it, and I couldn't taste the coconut. And I love coconut. Now, my little sister is allergic to coconut. My big sister, not. But it was a coconut cream pie. And I could not, I don't know. I couldn't taste it. I couldn't smell it. So, and I still have that going on, because every now and then I will get something with coconut in it, thinking maybe I can smell or taste it. Okay, guys, I only had 2 squares left there, so that's good. I didn't have as many of that one left as I did these others. So now what we're going to do is our flying geese. Now the flying geese are put together. They're all half square triangles, and we're just going to put them together. And for each pumpkin, we have 4. So we're going to have 28 to make. So what I'm going to do is just start with, they're all put together the same, you know. They all go together in the center. So what I'm going to do is just start with the first 2, and then I'll grab the second and third, and then I'll grab the third and fourth, and then I'll grab the fourth and the first, because I have 4 different fabrics. And I'm going to be pinning in the seam right here to hold this together. So what we have to do is make sure we do 28. Let me make sure that's how many I have. I'm not even going to worry about it. We're just going to do it. We're going to trust that there's enough to do 28 here. Because since I press everything to the dark, that makes these flying geese press the same. Everything is pressed the same. So it makes it where those won't nest. I may mix these up a little bit so they're, you know, there's a little difference to them. So now maybe instead I'll do a 4-in-1 this time because I don't have a 4-in-1. I'm calling it 4-in-1 based off of the number of fabrics I have. And I think what I'm going to do is just sew until they're all sewn up. Because I don't think I'll be using any of them anywhere else. Well, this is technically like a 1-in-4, which is not a combination that I've had yet. Okay, so anyway, I squirreled there, didn't I? I jumped back to what I was doing on my quilt top. Don't even know where I was at. I know I was talking about us going and eating at Holy Tacos, but anyway, my grandbaby is taking a nap right now, and I told my husband, I was like, and my husband is in, I'm like, just listen for her. I'm going to, I call this work. It's not really work because I love doing this. So let's see. Since I've done a 1-in-2, I'm going to do a 1-in-3. Okay, so, okay, I've got a 1-in-2, a 1-in-3, and a 1-in-4. So now I have a 2-in-3. So now I'm going to have a 2-in-4. I know, it's weird how I'm doing this, right? But it gives me a good enough mix of fabrics here that they're not all the same. Not always the same order. So, but after we went and ate today, I wanted to take my grandbaby to Books A Million. She loves books. Instead, I got the text message that my quilts were ready. Went and picked those up, and I was telling y'all about, I had a little sticker shock going on, but I have, that's when I have to decide what's more important. Do I want to go on and do the binding just to save myself some money? I mean, sometimes it's considerable. One of the quilts was like $56, I think. So I'm just like, well, you know, I don't mind binding, but I don't mind paying someone else to bind. If I bind, I probably will end up with it sitting here on my table for who knows how long. Or not on my table, in the bin down here beside me. I've got 2 projects in that still need to be quilted and bound, and they're probably going to go in the destash, because I mean, they're beautiful quilts. I love them, but I haven't done them by now. And some of these that will be going in the destash may even be going with some backing fabric. Not all of them. Some of them I already have backing fabrics for. But if I have backing fabric, it will come with it. Just because there is no reason for me to hold on to stuff. Because I am all the time buying fabrics that I know I can use on multiple projects. So letting fabric go for a backing, if it's big enough, I'll do that. Now, I know I bought some 108 because I just caught it on sale. Well, what I thought was a sale. Come to find out, things that I thought was a sale aren't always a sale, but if I start destashing all the fabrics that I have, I'll give you best price that I can on it, because a lot of them, if I have not used them by now, I mean, I've got so much fabric. It's a shame I have as much fabric as I have, but we didn't know if we were fixing to go through a shortage of fabric or not, and I got as much fabric as I could that I thought I could use. Some of it I've already used. I've used a lot of the fabrics that I purchased, you know, but I have found that if I buy something in a fat quarter, it's best if I buy it in a bundle and not just do a fat quarter, because those end up being, I don't know, left out. If it's just like a random fat quarter, I'm finding that I'm not matching it a lot of times to things that I can use. And I think that's probably a lot of our problem. We see it and it's such a great deal, and it's like, oh, but then I don't use it for 2 years. And I've only been quilting since June of 2023. And I have developed a huge stash, and I've already destashed twice. And I know some people are going to say, oh, well, that was a sampler box and it was this, you know, it cost this amount. I have my sampler boxes shipped by UPS because I cannot trust the mail service to get it to me here in good shape. So I pay about $47 for a sampler box. And another thing is, sometimes I will go through their box and I will tell you what it would cost in the box. And I don't sell it for that, but I still have shipping I have to cover. I had someone say this at one of the destashes I did before. They mentioned it. So the only thing I can say is, if you want that pattern at the cost it was in the box, then you may need to be signing up for the Sew Sampler. These are projects that I'm probably not going to have time to make. Not that I wouldn't make them if I had time. I'm going to sell them because a lot of times the things that we get in those boxes are exclusive to that box. So I really have nothing to compare it to for a price comparison. So just know that the prices are based off of what, like if it's an insert, if I have an insert in my Sew Sampler box and it says this is the amount of it, most of the times I sell these things without shipping. And I have sold a lot of things without shipping that have actually cost me more to ship it than what a person pays for it. So what I am trying to do, now, I mean, I could do flat rate shipping, but you're looking at a small flat rate shipping at like $8 or $9, I think, for small flat rate. And for a medium flat rate, I think it's like $15 or $16. It has been so long since I've done that. But I could always just charge flat rate shipping and then whatever the charge is for the thing. 9 times out of 10, I do not make my shipping charges. 9 times out of 10, I'm just about giving the item for free, after I've paid for shipping. So, think about that in destashes. Like I said, I don't like to calculate shipping and all of that. I do have some batting boxes that I will be doing. I've already had 2 of them claimed. I'm going to get those 2 put together with the sizes of the batting that I have. And it's going to be $5 plus shipping. And I will do flat rate shipping on those boxes. So all of my batting boxes can be the same price. Because we're not going to, I'm not going to worry about calculating all of the shipping and all that. I'm just going to do a flat rate ship box. And I will put as much as I can in it. I will try to keep all of the boxes pretty much the same you know, you're looking at strips that can be probably as little as 6 inches to 18 inches wide. I'm not exactly sure. And some of them are like the width or the full length of the batting, because this is just what I cut off of my quilts. I want to make sure that I have this same amount in each box, or the equivalent. You know, one may be 6 inches by, 4 feet long, but the other one could be 18 inches by 3 feet long. So that what I'll try to do is kind of have a similar amount of fabric or batting in each box. And in the destash, I will tell you exactly how many pieces are in there and what the measurements are. I really need to get to doing those boxes because I haven't started that yet. But that is something that will be started real soon. I have a lot of items already in boxes over here to the side of me that it's just kind of overflow stuff from sampler boxes. And I'll show you just boxes, and some of them are a lot of notions. Some of them are, I've got one that's got a bag, a zippered bag. I've got several different things that I'm going to destash in a lot. They're not going to be like patterns and things like that in it. Now, some of them I may include a pattern in a couple of them. I haven't decided yet exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, I need to check and see how many I have of these, because I need to have 28 of them. So give me one moment. Let me count these up and we'll be right back. Okay, so I just counted out to where I would have 28. This would make me have 28. I'm only like 6 away from having enough, 28. So I'm hoping I have 6 half square triangles over here. So guys, I hope that helps you understand some of what my destash is going to be. Like I said, I have some overflow, some sampler box items, because let's face it, not every sampler box is for everyone, and it is designed that way. The boxes are designed to give everyone at least something that is there, for them. But it's not going to be every month. One month may be something that I am just totally in love with. And some months are going to be, okay, I don't like the pattern, but I do like this and I do like this. And there will likely be some sampler boxes included in this. And I know because I've got so many of them. I've got Creative Notion boxes. I've got sampler boxes. I don't really have, well, I have an embroidery box, but I can't really sell those because I don't have the patterns. I did not download them. I have not downloaded them all yet, which I need to. I need to go in and download those patterns. And guys, I'm really getting excited about doing Christmas things on my embroidery machine. I have a couple things that I've already looked at. I'm so excited to make them. And I may just make a couple extra and sell them as well. So if y'all see anything that I am making and you think you may be interested in it, shoot me an email. Let me know. I can price it out for you. We can come to an agreement on something, because I'm all about helping people, find happy things. And hey, if it's Christmas, I love making Christmas stuff. I have way too much Christmas stuff. but I love making. I want to get more vintage Christmas items, and y'all have probably, you know, like the Prairie School or School Book or something like that. In cross stitch, I think that's what it's called. It's called the Prairie Schooler or something like that. They have like a Nordic vintage looking Santa. I love those things. I love it. And guys, I haven't even gotten started with my Christmas cards yet. Oh, I'm so behind. Okay, friends, that is now all of our flying geese. I am going to call this an end. My grandbaby just came in. She beelined it to me. She just woke up from her nap, so I'm going to have to go. So, friends, thank you for joining me today. I will be getting all of these pressed out, and we will work on these next Sunday, putting all of them together, making our pumpkins. Hopefully, I will have this done by the first Sunday. I mean, the last, not the first Sunday, the last Sunday of November at 3 p.m. will be my destash. I will hopefully have this quilt top completely put together, and if you are interested in it, it will be for sale on that destash. It will just be the quilt top, so you can have it backed and bound however you would like to have it done. So yeah, that will be it. So friends, thank you for joining me. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Please give me a thumbs up before you head on out of here. If you have not yet subscribed and would like to, click that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you don't miss a single thing. Please feel free. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.